Talking of resilience, stamina, you need that in tag rugby. So as the players in rugby union, rugby league, they tend to get bigger, don't they? We hear a lot about concussion. The challenge is getting even more bone crunching. Perhaps it's not surprising that more people are turning to tag rugby, where the most that happens is you get a bit of Velcro removed from your shorts, OK? So the 88-strong British team have taken off. They're on their way to Australia for the Tag Rugby World Cup. Before they left, I went to train with them, and for anyone who's been annoyed by my shoes this morning and wants to see me flattened, here's your moment. If you want to play more rugby but don't want to get flattened, well, there is an alternative, the version of the game that has boomed over the last decade.
Oh, you see, the worst that can happen in this game is you get your tags taken off your shorts. A bit like rugby league, you get 6 phases, 6 tackles before you can see possession. Oh, yeah, a tag. That's a tackle. See, I've never been able to take you down in a normal game of rugby.
You can get the luxuries of rugby and all the social components that rugby brings to it, as well as a very good workout and playing the game that you love without having to go to work with a black eye or not make that interview look in the part. It's mixed, so it's men's and women's, which makes it a nice, all-engaging sport.
When I left school, I went to play for a men's rugby club, and you know you've got people who are 6'5", and then you know me who's well 5'0". You know it's quite daunting. There's a bit of contact in tag, but it's fairly minimal, and it suits people like me who are a bit more on the agile side. Let's just put it that way.
This form of tag rugby was invented by an Australian rugby league team in 1992 who wanted to keep players fitter in the off-season. And there is a lot of focus on the shorts.
Mike, tuck your shirt in, please. Part of the rules. Tuck my shirt in? Safety. Safety, apparently. Oh. Cheating. Come in.
But don't be lulled into thinking the lack of tackles makes it easier to play. It's virtually non-stop for 20 minutes a half.
It's a whirlwind, I tell you. You might not have the crunching tackles of, say, rugby union or league, this version, but it is so fast, so furious.
The game is considerably faster, so the ball doesn't go to ground, there's no line on the ball, not slowing things down. It's consistently go, 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 go.
You don't really know what's happening half the time, but you get such a thrill to play and to make those tags and to catch those balls and score loads of tries.
There's a lot of different skill sets you can bring into it. I play a lot of football, so you know the kicking under shoulder height is really good.
Having arrived in the UK just 9 years ago, more than 20,000 players are now involved in league matches every week, and the pick of the players are heading to the World Cup in Australia this weekend to play for the men's, women's and mixed Great Britain teams.
I come from a netball background, so quote unquote they wanted girls that could throw and catch, so I just jumped in at a tournament one day and yeah, went from there really. I can't believe it that it's gone from like social grade in 2012 up to GB in 2018. You've got to have good hips.
Maybe the GB players were saving themselves. Maybe they were just bamboozled by my wiggling hips. Eventually, I jived my way through to put the ball down to score a point with my shorts untouched. But shortly after that, I've never been so glad to hear a final whistle.
And that's it. I tell you what, I've never known anything as exhausting. The running, the speed, the mental tactics and positioning and skill. Should stand them in good stead in Australia in the World Cup. Well done.
Thank you. Well done.
Far too quick. Good luck.
Thank you.
World Cup.
Cheers, mate.
All the best. Well played. Well played.
Well done. Well
Well
played.
played. Well played.
You registered?
Thanks for tries.
I was just in awe of them at the end because they are so fit, like gazelles, cheetahs running around that pitch. It's never stopping.
Yeah.
There's a formalised version that started in 1992 in Australia. They're favourites to win the World Cup. The Great Britain teams are hoping for at least the semi-finals and then hoping to host the tournament here in 2021, which would be a testament to how far it's gone and how much it's grown in this country since 2009 when it arrived.
Were they impressed by your contribution?
Not really. I think they let me through at the end, so no, I think they were being kind.
I think they would have been impressed.
Well,
I'm always impressed.
Yeah, I caught the ball at least.
It's all about the taking part.
It is, absolutely.
It's the kind of theme throughout the programme, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all about the taking part.